All right, how we doing? How we doing? Welcome to 6G Agenda Book Club edition. We are going to get started here in a minute. But yeah, this is the book club. We're going to be doing a little deep dive on the Behold the Pale Horse by Bill Cooper. Yeah, the book clubs that we do, I mean, you're going to vote on them. If you're a part of our Patreon, you can get the option to vote on that. We had somebody vote out this for us to start, so I think it's a great one to start with, honestly, and I'm glad that it was picked. Definitely have read it a few times. Behold the Pale Horse by William Cooper, R.I.P. But yeah, so we will get into kind of an overview of what it's about first. If you're not a follower of the show, 6G Agenda Podcast, definitely go check us out. Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. We do multiple regular free streams a week, and then we also have Patreon, and we do a book club on there, and that's what this is, a live book club where you can comment live, and also we have a stream where you can hop in StreamYard, and you can even hop on this stage here with me, and we'll talk about it if you've read Bill Cooper's book, or if you just want to talk about what he taught, what he offered. So the overview of the book, Bill Cooper, he came out with this. It was kind of, first he went in a deep dive of what his life was like. He had a crazy life. He worked in the Navy, and he learned a lot of crazy stuff, saw a UFO while he was there come out of the water. He saw UFO disclosure and alien cover-ups, and he disclosed a lot of that in this book, and he saw that they were feeding him fake information, and he called bullshit on something called Majestic 12 before it was ever even released. And now you may have heard of it because it's a YouTube video and documentary. But Majestic 12 in the 90s and 80s was something that Bill Cooper saw come across his desk in the naval intelligence. And so he saw that these were intelligence officers that made this up, and that it wasn't fully factual. And so as you kind of dive in and read what his book talks about, it also gets into the New World Order and global control systems, as well as the banking elites, Freemasonry, and secret societies. And he also talks about suppressed technologies and psychological warfare, which is what we get into a lot on the 6G agenda. That's kind of our forte. We talk a lot about that. Population control, depopulation agendas are also a big topic in here, so we'll be getting into all that. Chapter 1 is more about silent weapons for quiet wars. It's something that we did a whole episode on for our silent weapons series. And so Cooper opens the book and talks about the same declassified document that we went over, and describes a covert plan to control humanity through economic manipulation. Technology and psychological warfare are involved as well. And the metaphor of silent weapons kind of represents tools like computers, frequencies, and algorithms. And they're used to hack human behavior. And that's, like I said, that's our forte on a 6G agenda. That's what we get into a lot. And so origins of technocratic control are also gotten into in AI, 6G, and predictive programming. Now, mind you, he was talking about all this in the 90s. And so in chapter 2, we'll probably get into secret government and UFO cover-up. Cooper introduces his core claim that Majestic 12, it was a shadow government group that was formed after the Roswell crash. But details and agreements between the U.S. government and alien entities he discredited, and claims that Eisenhower didn't meet with the extraterrestrials trading human experiments right for advanced tech. And so a lot of people argue that he actually did believe that, and whenever you look deeper, he actually didn't. And so they kind of rewrote his words in that sense. And also, something you should know about this book is if you go buy it right now, multiple chapters are taken out of it. The Learned Elders of Zion is one of the chapters that you won't find in most editions. And that's an important one because it was a forgery, but it was probably written by people who were actually planning to do it. And so that's pretty crazy when you think about it. Because, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, these guys are nuts. Hold on here. Let me go ahead and add this. And we're going to go ahead and... So, yeah, we got Behold the Pale Horse by Bill Cooper. And so, as we get into it, he starts off with the actual quote from the Bible where he got it from. And look, behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat upon him was Death, and hell followed with him. The power was given unto him over the fourth part of the earth to kill with sword, hunger, and the beasts of the earth. That was in Revelation 6:8, and the ideas and conclusions expressed in the work are mine alone, he says. It is possible that one or more conclusions may be wrong, but the purpose is to convince you that something is terribly wrong. It is my hope is that this work will inspire you to begin an earnest search for the truth. The conclusions may be different, but altogether, maybe we can build a better world. So then after that, he has a poem from Delamar de Veris. We won't get into that, but so whenever you get into here, so you have the silent weapons, quiet wars, secret societies, and New World Order. You also have the oath of initiation and unidentified secret order. So this shit's gonna get deep. So we could get into the secret oaths. So he talks about in here the secrets of the ages and the recognition of Lucifer and how it's the brotherhood of the snake or the brotherhood of the dragon. And so that's important because in Revelation it says the dragon gave power to the beast and breathed life into it, and it demanded to be worshipped. And that's very reminiscent of like AI and these little societies kind of creating this beast. And this brotherhood of the snake is devoted to the guardian of the secrets of ages and to the recognition of Lucifer, which is the light of intellect, as the one and only true God, which would be man becoming God. If you do not believe in God, Lucifer, or Satan, you must understand that there are great masses of people who do. I do not believe in racism, he says, but millions, and I don't either, but millions do, and their belief and actions based upon their belief will affect me. It is clear that religion has always played a significant role in the course of these organizations. So yeah, the secrets of these groups are thought to be so profound that only a chosen, well-educated few are able to understand them. And these men are special in knowledge to benefit all mankind. At least that is what they claim. Okay, let me zoom in. So down here, he talks about, which is kind of what's going on now. I took a picture, but I'm going to go ahead and just get to it because it's pretty nuts. The leaders are all called adepts. If you watch my show, then you know that. This can best be illustrated by the soldier trained to follow orders without thinking. The result is often giving orders without thinking. That's what most people do. Initiation is a means of rewards, but so down here it talks about how we aren't supposed to own. They want to take away property, religion, and nation states. And I thought, we're seeing that right now. And so that's really freaky. But the first secret that one must know to even begin to understand the mysteries is that their members believe that there are very few truly mature minds in the world. And they believe that those minds belong exclusively to them. So the Masons, builders, Illuminati, whatever. And the philosophy that follows in the classic secret society view of humanity, when a person of strong intellect is confronted with a problem which he calls his reasoning faculties, and they keep their poise and attempt to, so pretty much you don't panic under pressure. But they believe that most people are like a sheep and that they are totally dependent upon the shepherd. And the able intellect is taught the mysteries and esoteric spiritual truths. The masses are taught the literal exoteric interpretations. So that's very important. But yeah, the initiated elect communicate directly to gods or aliens. Do communicate back to them. Mass sacrifices of lambs on the altar facing a stone idol. And so this is the type of shit down here that I was talking about. So, where's it at? Yeah, so there are 3 secret societies. The Lion, Illuminati. So hold on. Here it is. Reshape social system. Abolition of private property. The major tenets of the cult were abolition of private property, elimination of religion, and the elimination of nation states, and the belief that the illumination emanated from the supreme being who desired a class of perfect men and women to carry out the organization and direction of the world. So This is, like he says, can you hear the echo of the Nazi and Communist Party, the extreme right and extreme left? That's exactly what we see today. And they have been or may be members of the Christian or Jewish religions, but that is only to further their own ends. And they are always and have always been Luciferian and internationalists, which is what we see now. They give allegiance to no particular nation, although they have used on occasion nationalism to further their causes. Their only concern is to greater gain economic and political power. And that's like Trump, what we see now, where he's using nationalism to try to actually gain a globalist move right now. And tell me you don't see that. I mean, come on. This is deep shit, dude. This guy was talking about this in 91. I mean, Bill Cooper saw what was coming. So he talks about the assassins, the Rosh Hashanah, that also called themselves the Order. And initiates took an oath and absolved themselves of allegiance except to the Order and stated, I bind myself to perpetual silence and unshaken loyalty and submission to the Order. And all humanity which cannot identify itself by our secret sign is our lawful prey. And so the oath remains essentially the same to this day. So these guys take an oath, and we're talking about the assassins, Illuminati, Russian, but also down here it talks about the Knights Templar and how they're connected as well, and how the Knights Templar survive today as a branch of the Illuminati and guard the relics which are hidden in a location only to them. And we know that Templars are Illuminati because Freemasons are the absorbed and protected those that escaped persecution of the church, which was the Knights Templar. And so, as the Freemasons would absorb later, Weishaupt's Illuminati centuries after. And so, again, it all connects. And so the Knights Templar is a branch of the Order of the Quest. The Desmarais Society is a branch of the Freemasons that consecrates the memory of the persecutions of the Knights Templar, and in particular, their leader, Jacques de Molay. So that's crazy. This guy was a part of the Desmarais Society, Bill Cooper says, and he loved the mystery ritual and became separated from the society when his family moved. Wow. He believes that his association may have been the reason for his selection in the Naval Security and Intelligence. So he thinks because he was a part of that society, he got selected to be able to be handed some of the information he was. So Bill Cooper admits he was in, kind of one of these societies. Wow. That is crazy. So Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars is a document that he reads in the first chapter there, and it's pretty good. We will get over here, but yeah, so hold on a second. Okay, so Adam Weishaupt was a young professor at canon law, Ingolstadt University in Germany, and he was a Jesuit priest and an initiator of the Illuminati. And the branch of the order he founded in Germany in 1976 was the same Illuminati previously discussed. And I'm sure you've heard of the Illuminati. Who hasn't? Rothschild, the same Rothschild family mentioned in Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars, financed Weishaupt and Weishaupt advocated for abolition of all ordered national governments, abolition of inheritances. Wow, here we go. The Illuminati, Weishaupt, abolition of all ordered national governments, abolition of inheritance, private property, patriotism, individual home and family life. So pretty much he just wanted to destroy everything and establish the existing so that the Luciferian ideology of totalitarianism may be imposed on mankind. In the same year, we also had our Declaration of Independence written. On the obverse of the Great Seal of the United States, the wise will recognize the all-seeing eye, the sign of the Brotherhood of the Snake on the pyramid on your $1 bill. Every tenet was the same. Date and beliefs confirm that Weishaupt's Illuminati is the same as the Afghan illuminated ones, which were the Russian occult, and the other cults, which called themselves illuminated. The Alumbrados of Spain were the same as the Illuminati, or the illuminated, in France. In the United States, they were known as Jacobin clubs Secret within secrets within secrets, but always at the heart is the brotherhood. Dude, this is deep shit. You guys, I'm telling you, man. That's the secret destiny of America. Whenever you read Manly P. Hall's Secret Destiny of America, and he starts talking about the Illuminati and the Great Seal and everything, just like Bill Cooper is. And this is from a Freemason who knows. So the Illuminati, I mean, pretty much helped create America, and just that they could finally establish what we're talking about. People with freedoms would finally give away their freedoms because they didn't want it. So it's like reverse psychology. Weishaupt was betrayed and set up for persecution, Bill Cooper believes, because he ignored the rule that the word Illuminati or the existence of the Brotherhood would ever be exposed to the public knowledge. His exposure and outlawing accomplished several goals of the still hidden and still very powerful Brotherhood. It allowed members to debunk claims of its existence on the grounds that the Illuminati had been exposed and outlawed and thus was no longer a reality. It allowed members to deny allegations of conspiracy of any kind. And that's important because they still are around. And the Brotherhood of the Snake is adept at throwing out decoys to keep the dogs at bay. Weishaupt may have been a fool, or he may have been doing exactly what he was told. The great strength of the order lies in its concealment. Let it never appear in its own name, but always covered by another name and another occupation, Weishaupt once said. Allegations that the Freemason organizations were infiltrated by the Illuminati during Weishaupt's reign are hogwash. The Freemasons have always contained the core of the Illuminati within their ranks, and that is why they so freely and willingly took in and hid the members of Weishaupt's group. You cannot really believe that the Freemasons, if they were only a simple fraternal organization, would have risked everything, including their lives, by taking in the Illuminati members. It is mainly Freemason authors who have perpetuated the myth that Adam Weishaupt was the founder of the Illuminati and that they never surfaced again. So you see, they're the ones that perpetuated the lie that the Illuminati even was destroyed and that he was the founder. In 1826, an American Freemason wrote a book revealing Masonic secrets. It was entitled Illustrations of Freemasonry. One of the secrets he revealed is that the last mystery at the top of the Masonic pyramid is the worship of Lucifer. That's the eye on the pyramid, the eye of Horus. We have since learned the secret of the story of the murder of Hiram Abiff. Hiram Abiff is Jacques de Molay. Represents intelligence, liberty, and truth, and was struck down by a blow to the neck with a rule representing the suppression of speech by the church. Wow, I'm thinking of Charlie Kirk right now, and I'm about to do a little episode with Outside Mind, so I'm definitely going to bring that up. I mean, holy shit, dude, the Freemasonic, everything's there. You have the three ruffians, right? The three ruffians that the three accused people, George Zinn, that got arrested, and then you have the other two accused, and then the one that's in, Tyler, and then the one guy that got interrogated. So that's three. And then you also relate that to three people that killed Hiram Abiff, and he was struck in the neck. Wow. Representing the suppression of speech by the church, and Charlie Kirk's last name was Church. Then he was struck and then they destroyed Free Man's Church. So they destroyed our Free Man's world. They've really done it with all the symbology that the Freemasons work in. I hope you guys see what I'm saying. It's very crazy. Freemasonry thus equates the church, the state, and masses with tyranny, intolerance, and ignorance. What Morgan revealed was that the Freemasons were pledged to avenge Hiram Abiff, and their plan was to strike down the church in the state, the freedom of the masses. And Morgan called a small uproar against Masons. The small uproar turned, wow, man, that's just like the Charlie Kirk shit. I mean, do we have anybody in here right now? That's crazy. Well, maybe I won't do this on a Sunday. I didn't expect anybody to really be here, but I hope people listen back to this because, man, this is crazy. Yeah. The newspapers of the time state without reservation that he was murdered by Masons. Talking about Morgan Lake. Okay. So let's kind of skip past that. So this guy worked for the Naval Intelligence with a lot of Masons, and he stated before that he believes that the association with the De Molay Society as a young man may have been the reason that he was selected for naval security and intelligence. However, that is only a guess. I had intended to go into a great deal linking the P2, which is a Masonic organization in Italy, Priere de Sion, the Vatican, the CIA, and organizations for a United Europe and Bilderberg Group. But fortunately, Michael Bagent, Richard Lee, and Henry Lincoln beat me to it. He says, fortunately, because they confirm his previous allegations that he published a paper, The Secret Government, and the CIA had plants called moles within the Vatican. But he does not wish to be called a plagiarist. So you must read Holy Blood, Holy Grail, and the Messianic Legacy. So apparently within Holy Blood, Holy Grail, and the Messianic Legacy, they go deep into everything. Wow, the Bilderberg Group, CIA. Wow, within the Vatican. Holy shit. So the CIA, oh, fuck. Dude, I'm going to have to keep this up for later, man. I mean, this is crazy. Most members of the Freemasons are not aware that the Illuminati practices what is known as secrets within secrets or organizations within organizations. That is one purpose of initiation, of course. I cannot excuse any of the members, however, for anyone who joins a society without knowing everything about the organization is indeed a fool, and I agree. Only those at the top who have passed every test truly know what the Masons are hiding, thus rendering it impossible for anyone outside to know much at all about the group. What does that say about new members or those who are already members but do not know the ultimate secrets? It tells me that fools abound. Unlike authors who, out of fear, have acted as apologists for the Freemasons, I decline to absolve them from responsibility and guilt. Yeah, I mean, these guys don't join shit if you don't know what the fuck's going on. I mean, you do blood oaths and say that you'll kill yourself or, be killed if, it's crazy. So the Illuminati are not communists, but communists are the Illuminati. The doctrine is totalitarian socialism, but you must begin to think correctly, it says. Monarchism faced democracy in World War I, which resulted in the formation of communism and the League of Nations. Democracy and communism faced fascism in World War II and resulted in more powerful United Nations. And capitalism now faces communism, and the result will be the New World Order, totalitarian socialist state. Yeah, I think so. So the 1953 report, the California Senate Investigation Committee, so-called modern communism is apparently the same hypocritical war conspiracy to destroy civilization that was founded by the Illuminati, and that raised its head in our colonies here at the critical period before the adoption of our Constitution. The California Senate understood that communism is the work of the Illuminati, and they failed to realize that the Council of Foreign Relations and the Trilateral Commission are also the work of the Illuminati, and you must begin to think correctly. The enemy is not communism, it is Illuminism. The communists are not going to be much happier with the New World Order than we. Yeah, that's true. That's kind of how I look at it. Like, people that are pushing for it on that's true for everybody, right? Like, people that are on the right, people that are on the left, people that are, if you're pushing for this New World Order without really understanding what you're pushing for, you're not going to like it either, but the Illuminati will like it, right? The Illuminists. So he hopes to show that most modern societies practice degrees of initiation. There's a lot. So he talks about Knights of Malta, Kabbalah, Knights Templar, Jesuits, Illuminati, Rosicrucians, Communist Party, executive members of the Council of Foreign Relations, Brotherhood of the Dragon, Rosicrucians. These are all the same thing. Bilderberg, Skull and Bones. So that's why whenever you see like Erica Kirk, and she's got her Knights of Malta necklace on, and people are like, well, how does that relate to that? It all is the same. It's all just multi-headed, same thing. It's all the Illuminati, man. And people shut down the term Illuminati because they, it's kind of obvious why they shut it down, because it's still around. And that's the best thing to describe them, is calling them that, because they worship Lucifer. So I think I'm going to do another one of these. We got just a short one this time because mostly it's a Sunday, and I just kind of wanted to get one of these out so you guys could see, we're doing these. It'll be on Patreon, and we're going to stream it through YouTube, but you can get the StreamYard link from Patreon, and then you can hop in here with me. We could talk about the book. So go read Behold a Pale Horse. Next week, we're going to go ahead and do this again. We could do this on a Friday. How's that sound? Do this on Friday. So Friday's a good time to do it. Hopefully, we'll kind of do it towards the evening, and we'll have a good time. Get into this, but it'll be more of a conversation. I just more was kind of diving into the book a little bit. I don't want to read it to you the whole time, so we're gonna do nice conversations, hopefully, about it as we build people's interests in getting in here. So hopefully, you guys check this out and you see couple connections we just made, man, were pretty crazy. I mean, I just want to leave it there because we really connected a few things that were really deep. I mean, I don't even want to go past that for a minute. Remember what we said? I mean, let's get back up here. Like Hiram Abiff struck in the neck. It's, that's crazy, dude. Illuminati. And how they were taken in by the Freemasons. I mean, it's so obvious now, especially when we're going to see how he connects all of them together. And also, if you watch our show, we're going to be doing a Mystery Babylon series. Bill Cooper did one, and we're going to be kind of replicating it in our own way. So I highly recommend checking that out. That'll be after we do this deep dive book club, Behold a Pale Horse, as well as our Silent Weapons series. We got a lot to do, and possibly little time to do it. So we definitely got to pump that shit out. You know what I mean? So yeah, whenever you check this out, dude, I mean, Hiram Abiff was struck in the neck. Suppression of the belief of the state. So I'm telling you, man, they equate church, state, and masses with tyranny, intolerance, and ignorance. Don't forget that shit, man. I'm telling you, they want to take away your property, religion, nation states. It's all. Unfortunately, it's all. They want to take away everything we got going on. It kind of sounds like the WEF, Switzerland, all the main Illuminati places, right? So anyway, we're going to keep deep diving this. We need to get this shit out here. People have forgotten about the work that this man did. This man he's put a lot of shit out there. And I think that if it kills us, we're going to do it either way. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Definitely, please, go listen back to that because I'm telling you, there was some deep shit right there that we see who's doing it. So just saying, we see who's doing it. Part 1 of the book club. We're going to be doing better on the next one. Hopefully we get more people in here. It is a Sunday. I didn't really expect anybody again because I was just kind of pulling one out just to do it. So we'll pull a little 30-minute one now. And then next time we're going to do a full, hopefully hour. We'll get a few people in here and we'll get them in here. Maybe I'll even give a free link for a StreamYard. So anybody that wants to could pull up. Simple app on your phone. That'll be a good time. Go check out our Spotify. We're gonna have a 2-hour episode dropping tomorrow, possibly today, probably because I'll be uploading. So tomorrow we're gonna be dropping a 2-hour episode on here in Spotify. Definitely be looking out for that. It is fire. But yeah, next week on Friday we'll be getting back into this. We'll probably get into chapter 3. But yeah, man, I mean, for whoever is in here, it looks like somebody joined. You definitely got to know, man. I'm telling you, go check out this first couple chapters so you're caught up. It's worth it. All right, we'll see you next time.